Ayo, back at it again with another video. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. So, the AP poll has been released for week 10 of the 2025 college football season. Not a whole lot of movement in the top 6 or even top 8. I think Ole Miss and Georgia Tech just swap spots. But a lot of movement at the end of the poll, anywhere from about 16 to 25. An interesting thing is we do have a tie at number 10. Miami and BYU are both tied at 10. So both of them have 1,069 points. Even though they're both number 10, just for the sake of the video, Miami's going to be 10. BYU is going to be 11. Miami is above BYU on the AP poll ranking on the AP's website. Okay, so number 1 is Ohio State would play number 16 Louisville. Number 2 Indiana would host number 15 Virginia. Number 3 Texas A&M would host the number 14 seed Tennessee. We have Alabama would host Texas Tech at 13. We have the number 5 seed Georgia Bulldogs would host the Irish at 12. We have Oregon at 6, taking on BYU at 11, even though we have a tie at 10. I think Oregon BYU would be a very interesting matchup for sure. Number 7 Ole Miss would take on number 10 Miami, and then Georgia Tech faces Vanderbilt. To be honest, I don't know who would win this. I really like this left side of the bracket. Louisville, Ohio State, very solid matchup. I think my favorite one's probably the Georgia Tech Vanderbilt game, the 8 versus the 9. But I also really like 4 and 13. Texas Tech goes to Alabama and the Irish go to Georgia. So I think I like this left side of the bracket better, but I think there's some really solid games here. Even if you put BYU at 10 and then Miami at 11, I still think that's a pretty solid matchup all the way around. You could have BYU face Ole Miss or Oregon hosting the Canes. Either way, I think it's a pretty solid matchup, but we're going to keep Miami at 10 and BYU at 11. So I think some pretty interesting matchups. I think the one that nobody saw coming would be Indiana at 2 and Virginia at 15. No one saw Georgia Tech at 8 and Vandy at 9. So I think there's a lot of interesting games. So we have 16-team single elimination college football bracket, 16 teams, 15 games, 1 national championship. Your 4 quarterfinals are, along with your 2 semifinals, those are your New Year's 6 bowl games. The first round is on campus, so Ohio State hosts, Georgia Tech hosts, Alabama, Georgia, Indiana, Ole Miss, A&M, and Oregon host. And then your national championship at a neutral site. So, with that being said, that's the end of the video. I think this is a pretty interesting hypothetical, taking the top 16 teams in the AP poll for this week, putting them in a single elimination bracket, and I don't know. I think it would be a very interesting bracket. With that, that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Deuces.